like things like that. And but you hear album sales have dipped, but I feel like it's becoming more of like a niche market. Like indie labels are doing fine because, you know, those are like the small time, like, you know, but like the Warner Brothers, like the monolithic labels
really
are
people who
are
no
like
business selling it in the first place are now going out of the business of selling music.
Exactly.
You know, like,
and then the guys that actually care about music are releasing shit and making money.
Yeah.
All right, for those that want to make money, music is only half of the image because you have to have the video to make the music back up the image, and so like the money isn't making movies and DVDs.
Well, I mean, but where do videos get played at though?
Nowhere.
Oh, I mean like movies.
Yeah,
you know,
the
you
internet.
need music for movies.
Yeah, the
and
internet.
stuff.
Yeah, well, yeah, for movies. Yeah.
Like we have
No.
All right, but I'm talking about the big time corporations that are making a lot of money. If they want to try to go for that, they should make big productions like the way they used to, Citizen Kane kind of shit, but with music. But that's what we need over there. But for the people, I think we've come full circle because nowadays everyone has their own instruments and everyone has access to whatever music they want, and it's not a big deal. You don't have to go seek out music like the way you used to. In the beginning, recording is what killed music because there used to be an industry. If you wanted music, you would have to either learn it and read the music yourself and play it so that way music can appear in your room, or you have to walk all the way down the street, you know, to go to in the center of town on a weekend to see somebody play live.
Well, that's one thing too.
Well, that killed the independent sort of, like, that killed an aspect of the music industry, but it also gave birth to the whole recording industry.
Once you had recordings, then you could just put music in people's rooms, and they wouldn't have to go see people live, and they wouldn't have to learn how to play music, you know, because playing music was a necessity. If you wanted to listen to music, you had to have somebody.
Not only was it a necessity, but it was a grassroots thing where it would be like you would personally know musicians, and like it would just be something that you went to like a place, a meeting place,
like chamber orchestras and all that shit.
Yeah. I mean, it would have. In other words, there would be a direct physical interaction between people and music.
Well, that's what like what the guy was saying too is that there's a website. He mentions it. I don't know what it is. It's something like the Hype Machine. And they basically like scour every other website and mathematically determine which band is being talked about the most, and then that is like the hype band of now. And it's just like it's mathematics. It's not even like, is this band any good? Like people could probably be saying this band sucks, but because it's got all these hits on all these other websites.
Presumption there? The presumption is that because they're being talked about, they must be the best.
There's no such thing as bad publicity.
Yeah,
but I don't know if that's necessarily true. I mean, I don't know.
I mean. I don't know, but like
people talked a lot about Marilyn Manson, but like that was some of the crappiest music made in the 90s.
Exactly.
I don't know. It's all bullshit. I mean, what do you define as musical success or artistic success? There's people who I feel have been so successful as musicians and artists. Like you look at 311, look at their career. Never really monetarily did it like blow up or anything, but
except for that one song.
Well, every once in a while they have a single that blows up, but I would much rather be in their shoes than like a Limp Bizkit. Someone who did make the tens of millions of dollars, serious cash, but in the end, they're absolutely forgotten.
No, I agree. Like I take artistic and even not even necessarily like from people, but from other musicians. Like you guys are musicians, and if you guys are like, yo, that song you wrote is awesome, that means a lot more than me than some guy that's like, I'm going to give you $1,000 for that song. I mean, like, well, that's cool too, but like it means more to me that other people that I respect, or even people maybe I don't even respect, that are just like, yo, you wrote a good song that means something to me. That means a lot more to me.
And those are also the people that I admire way more than others. Like the people who actually they actually can play these elements and balance it between like, artistic integrity and making money.
Commercial success.
You should never be ashamed of being successful in life and having a nice house to be able to take care of your family in.
Not at all.
Fuck that. I'd love that. That's great, but it's just, and even more recently, like there's this sick trend with like this Lady Gaga type of shit where it's like these people are so prefab. They pluck them out of these Ivy League universities. It's like they're grooming them almost. And there's I don't know, dare I call them conspiracy theorists or theories. There's a lot of people who believe it goes even beyond that. Like you look at Jay-Z, the people who talk about him and all of his involvement in this, what's called the Illuminati. And there's actually people that believe that he was sort of groomed on like a rap farm. I believe would be the term. Like,
Rat
just
farm.
like young African American youths were like groomed by the powers that be in New York. Basically,
Were they
orphans, pretty much
Right.
orphans, and they were basically the same way the CPS does fucked up shit with kids.
Did they make them fight like rap style, like battles, so that they
like Gladiator.
so that but they got a mic and they're just rapping, and then they're just like that Jay-Z, he's the one, like all you other motherfuckers go away.
All right, we're gonna go to some music. We'll be right back.
All right.
She died. And my uncle Lou, then he died. I'm searching for something which can't be found, but I'm hoping I still dream of Dad, though he died. Everything died.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah. Everything dies.
That's a really
Corporate fiction.
feel good part of the song. It really is a very.
That's what Typo Negative is about, feeling good deep
Yeah.
inside at all times.
Man, that's really sad. What was their last release like? You listened to it?
2007, Dead Again, I think would be the last
That one,
album.
I did hear that.
Yeah, it was a great album, yeah. I mean, there's some people who only really listen to like the early shit. I'm a fan of all of it. I think it's all fantastic. It's all irreverent. It's all
Yeah.
punk rock. But it's also glorious and beautiful in its own way,
There's something to be said too about like an artist who can be still big good albums so many albums in, because you always hear about like, well, the first two albums are good.
Yeah.
There's always that guy, but like
Yeah, Peter Steele was in Playgirl.
I remember. Yeah, that's true. I've heard about that.
Those are mostly bought by gay guys.
yeah. And did you know that now it's only an online magazine?
It makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean, who's really going to the
right. Well, because
rack to
like
pick up the
exactly, chicks and gay dudes. I mean, like
mingers.
yeah.
So it says that he suffered from clinical depression, but it's more accurate to say that he was bipolar. Because clinical depression makes it sound like that is something happened to you and then you're like depressed because of it. But like when you're bipolar, you're just kind of like one of those kind of people that just swings around a lot. And
Well, he had gone to jail for several years in the 2000s for violently attacking the dude who was banging his girlfriend. That's the story that I heard, which really just perfectly fits the whole theme of the music.
And I mean,
about them, it's all
you should violently attack people who bang your girlfriend.
If you know anything about Pete Steele, he's like 7.5 feet tall, a gargantuan human being. I'm sure that guy.
Yeah.
It didn't look.
Unless he was unless he was 8.5 feet tall, then it was not pretty.
But if he went to jail for a simple fight, he must have really effed the guy up. That's
Yo,
my
you know
assumption.
what's crazy is that like in karate we were learning some like self-defense techniques.
Nice.
And like there's this one I only got to do it like 2 times, so like there's no way in hell that like if it was an emergency and I could do it, but it was like a way, basically it would happen if somebody was choking you.
Right.
By the end of it, I've broken your neck.
Wow.
Like that's like the move, like it's a way to like get out of it and then break the other person's neck. And like I only got to do it twice, so like like I said, like if I got to do it 100 times, maybe if somebody was choking me, I could do it. But I was just like, holy shit, that is the coolest thing ever. I want to practice this every day until like, so I'd be like, come on, motherfucker, choke me. And it'd be like,
about the prison thing, it says that, like right here, the type of negative front man served a prison term in 2005 after beating up a love rival and threatening to kill him.
A love rival.
Yeah, and but he said he feared for his life behind bars. You know, to be white in jail and have long black hair.